This is for all my friends who want to see the headband tutorial that I use on my hair. It makes your hair really curly, and what I do is I do it right before I go to bed, right after I take a shower. The first thing you want to do is make sure your hair is just slightly damp. Brush it out. Make sure you got all the tangles out. And you don't want it too damp or the curls won't stay in overnight. And they won't curl the next day. So you want to make sure your hair is slightly damp, and then what you want to do is split it into two sections, two even sections. Should be about the same size. And take your first headband, and I'm just using a soft headband about this thick. It doesn't really matter what you use as long as it doesn't leave a mark on your head the next day. Put it on top of your hair, about right there. You can see that. And start with one side and take a piece about that big maybe, and stick your fingers underneath, grab the hair, and pull it under. Okay? And you're just going to keep doing this, adding hair as you go. So grab the piece you just put around, add a little bit more hair to it. It's about this thick now. And this really depends on how big you want your curls to be. If you want them to be bigger, then I'd take bigger sections, but if you want small curls, take smaller sections. So it just depends on what you want, really. Just keep adding hair to it, pulling it down, and kind of pull it back as you go so it goes around the headband. Add a little bit more hair. And if you're getting tangles, just brush them out as you go. Okay. Okay. Now I'm down to basically the last chunk of it. And what you're going to do is, I don't know if you guys can see this, just keep going. Burst that out a little bit. And just keep twisting it around. So keep twisting. And what you're going to want to do at the end, so your curls aren't really tight at the end, is kind of space it out when you're getting down to the last bit. So just kind of pull it further out on your head and tuck the last bit in there. Okay, so it's going to look like this. So they're going to be closer together over here and farther apart over here. Okay. Now, if you need to pin this so this little piece stays in right here, go on ahead and do it, but you'll see it'll stay in there after I put the second headband in. Okay, headband number 2, basically the same thing. Same headband. What you're going to do is this side now. So what you want to do is put this headband on right above the one you just did. So kind of pull it down. I pull it down so it stays on. Take a piece of hair. I'm taking it a little thicker because this side's thinner. Go under, grab it, pull it through. You want to make sure this gray headband stays above this one, the one you just did. Grab another piece of hair, do it again, and just basically do the same thing you did on the last side. same thing with the other side. When you get down to around the end, start spacing your hair out a little bit more. I'm just gonna tuck it in right there. Okay. Now, that's basically it. I'll show you what it looks like when you're done. I usually do this in front of a mirror, so that's kind of different. But this is what it should look like when it's done. Make sure it's all tucked in. If you need to use bobby pins to make sure it stays in overnight, go on ahead and do that, but I usually don't need to because it usually stays in pretty well. But, yep, don't do anything with it, just leave it alone. And I know some people might put, you know, another headband on top of all this. I don't know if it stays better or what, but you can try if this doesn't work, but it's been working pretty well for me, so. Okay, we'll see how it turns out in the morning. Here I am the next morning after sleeping in with my headband curls, and what we're going to do is take them out now and see how they look. So you want to start with the side that your top headband is on. So it's going to be this one. The end of it is over here. So what you're going to do is just pull them out gently. Just pull the curls out. And do this until you get all the way around your head. And they should come out pretty easily. I'm just going to make sure I'm pulling out the right ones. Make sure you're only pulling out one curl at a time, one curl around your headband. Okay, so once you got everything off, this gray headband, like that, you can take it off. And that's your first side. We'll work on that in a minute. Now you want to start with your lower headband on the very end. So start pulling out the little curls. Okay, now around to the front. Almost done. Okay, and once you got all your curls off this headband, go on ahead and take it off. Okay, so I'm in the bathroom. What I like to do is flip my head over and kind of run my hand like this through the back of the bottom right underneath my curls. So we'll see how this looks. Kind of flip your head back over. They should have kind of separated a little bit. So those are looking pretty good. What I like to do, even when they're like a little frizzy like this in the back, is I'll take a little bit of water in my hands and just kind of run it over my hair. Not too much though, or the curls will flatten. And that way they're just not so frizzy and you got all those loose ends and everything. So, yep. So after you're done doing that, you're pretty much done. I mean, what I like to do is I like to take just the first chunk right here and take it around and pin it back here, and take the other strand right here and do the same thing, because when you look, there's kind of a crease right here in your hair from where the headband was, and I don't like to see that, so I'll just take my hair and pull it back so it covers that. But yeah, this is basically the finished look, and Should be good. I mean, if there's pieces that didn't really curl and they're just wavy, I'll curl them, you know, this morning. But see, if you took too big of a piece, then you'll have to like kind of curl the front maybe if they were too big. But I think it's okay this morning. I can't really see. Hope you guys can see it. That's basically it. So I hope it works for you guys, and if it doesn't work the first time, try again, because I know I didn't get it right the first time and it takes some practice to get used to. So hope it works for you guys. Thanks for watching.